Hi everyone, it's Heidi again. Today I think is going to be a little bit of a shorter video. You guys recommended that I watch the Stephen Fry Mormon encounter by Big Think. I grew up Mormon, I'm not Mormon anymore. I'm actually not religious at all, but we've watched a couple of things with Stephen Fry and a couple of things about religion, and it's made me curious to watch this. It's only a 2-minute video, but I respect Stephen Fry so much, and it would be interesting to see what he has to say about this. And hopefully I can add some of my insight and experience as well. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Come see me on Twitch. I'd love to meet you, and let's do this. I've never watched anything on Big Think, I don't think, by the way.
I remember making absolute, well, I won't say fool of myself. I was expelled from a meeting of Latter-day Saints when I first went to Salt Lake City. I just literally, as a tourist, I was wandering around, and this person in a grey shift came up to me and said, "Would you like to see around?" And I said, "Well, that's very kind." And then she started gathering others, and I realized she was a Mormon who was doing a tour, and presumably there was a little bit of recruitment going on, because they're a very proselytizing sect, as you know, the Mormons. Anyway,
yep.
But she gave us a good tour, and we saw this tabernacle here and this here and so on. And then at one point she said, "I just want to tell you a little about the Church of Latter-day Saints." And we all politely stood. And then she said how
She's so nice.
In the afterlife, all families will be reunited, and you'll be with your families forever. So I put my hand up and said, "Well, what happens if you've been good?" she said, "Could you leave, please?" Because everyone started laughing. But I mean, what a ridiculous idea. How is that supposed to be attractive? Then you're going to be stuck with every aunt and every cousin and every, oh, good gracious, every, alcoholic or slightly deviant uncle. I mean, Jesus, it's just the most awful destiny imaginable. And they think that...
I love his response to that so much. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I think it's interesting that she couldn't take the joke. I'm sure that he wasn't completely serious. I mean, yeah, he probably thinks that way, but that was a funny joke, honestly. But when you're so deep into religion, when you've kind of made it your identity and somebody jokes about it, it hurts you personally. I understand that. I've been there. Stephen Fry can rest assured that in the Mormon church, the idea is that you can be with your family forever only if you guys are righteous, basically. So your alcoholic cousin or aunt or whatever probably won't be there with you. They'll be in a different state of heaven, I guess. And that's a long story that I probably won't get into, but some interesting theories about that in the doctrine of the Mormon church. But I think that's so funny anyway. What a clever response.
That's a USP. That's what our church promises. Good Lord. Well, of course, what it does, you don't have to be that smart to spot, is what it does is that church focuses entirely on women d'un certain âge, as the French say, women of a certain age, who have lost their children because they've grown up, and who've lost their parents because they've died, and they're lonely, and they've still got that family queen bee mother nesting instinct, and they're the ones the Latter-day Saints home in on and say, "You follow us and we promise you that you'll be your family all around you again in heaven." And they think that's a cool thing. Everyone else would go, "Ah!" Anyway.
Depends on the family, right? That's so funny. What a funny little encounter. I never thought about his demographic of people, I guess, kind of the women in that state of life, I guess. That's a very interesting thing to bring up. I have no idea. I do know that there are a lot of people who are attracted to this being with your family forever if they've had a death in the family, whether they've lost a spouse, a child, something like that. It's very attractive to think that, oh, this is a way that I can see them again and be with them again, right? Because death is no joke. It's a terrible tragedy of living in this world. It's life. It's not easy, though. It's nobody's favorite thing. I mean, most people's, I'm guessing. And I remember past life Heidi, I served a mission in the church for 18 months. And that was a big thing that we would bring up with people, is being together with your family forever. And here's the way to do it. You basically have to go through God to be able to do that. So it's kind of this message of hope right? But it's also, when you think about it, a message of, if you want this to happen, you'd better do this. So you can look at it in a couple of different perspectives, but I do have to say that I've never seen anybody respond to this idea quite like Stephen Fry did. Like, ew, I don't want that. That was awesome. I thought that was so funny. Anyway, this is why we like Stephen Fry. He's so polite and he's so thoughtful and cordial, I guess. But he thinks about things, and he's clever and funny and endearing, I guess. So this was really interesting. I actually live in Utah, maybe like a half an hour away from this Temple Square, this location he was talking about. So I know exactly what he's saying. And yeah, that kind of cracks me up. Let me know what you guys think, or if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment. But thank you for recommending this. I know it was a short one, but it was a sweet one. So thank you again. Let me know what else I should be watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.